Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Miss Charlton. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel. So today is my birthday, January 29, but you're probably going to be seeing this video long after that. Anyways, it doesn't really matter. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a little get ready with me. I'm not really going anywhere for the day. I literally just came off an 8-day trip around Italy, and I'm gonna sit down and talk to you guys and let you know how was my trip, how did I find solo traveling around Italy for 8 days in different cities, and just give you a little bit more insight. So if you're looking to solo travel as well and you want some form of inspiration, then this is a video for you. So I went to Italy for 8 days. I planned the trip in about say 2.5 weeks, and I went to Rome first, then I left Rome, went to Florence, Venice for the day, and I went to Milan, and I'm back to London. I only came back yesterday, so I'm a bit tired. So that's kind of one of the reasons I'm not really doing anything for my birthday as well. I've already done all of that, so there's no need to stress for today to try and do things. I'm just gonna put on my makeup, look cute, and I'm gonna get my nails done, and that's pretty much it for the day. Anyways, those are the 4 places that I've been to, and literally like every single city were so different in terms of like the history, the people there, things to see, and it was just so eye-opening for me, especially traveling there as a Black woman, especially traveling there solo as a woman as well. I know sometimes people kind of like second guess making decisions like that because one, they're a woman and they hear so much things like out there. I'm so bad with like talking and doing my makeup. They hear so much things out there regarding women traveling alone, traveling solo, especially as Black women in European country. And I'm here to tell you that I didn't face any form of racism at all in any of the cities that I went to in Italy. Like, no one really stared at me, no one racially profiled me, no one treated me any different. In the hotels, I know I've been to places, for example Morocco, and that was literally like a shit show the way they treated us there. I went with like a group of girls, and the way they treated us there, it was just like a complete shit show there. But I haven't experienced anything like that in Italy. And I also went to Budapest. I'm gonna leave the camera and do my eyebrows in a bit. I also went to Budapest solo. If you haven't seen my Budapest solo vlog, please be sure to check it out here. That was also amazing. I didn't experience anything at all in terms of like racism. So I definitely say if you really want to travel to a country, try and do your research. My eyebrows didn't came out that great. I literally haven't done my makeup in like maybe 2-3 months now, so I kind of forget how to do them. So the eyebrows are looking a little bit shit right now, but that's fine. We're gonna make them work. Before going to telling you about my experience from each of the different cities in Italy, I'm gonna start by telling you how I planned the trip. Unfortunately, I don't have much into the cost right now because I didn't really plan for that in this video, but if that's something that you want me to do or you want to know, then let me know down in the comment section below, and I can do maybe like a separate video deep into like planning the trip and how much it costs and so forth. So in terms of planning the trip, I kind of figure out where I want to go in Italy first. I don't think there is much primer left in this for me to use. I'm gonna come prepared, don't it? So I think about shit. Why? So I think about where in Italy I want to go and where it will be easier for me to travel from one city to the next without spending too much time on train. So I kind of researched that. I kind of asked around as well. Where I work with a lot of Italians, so I did kind of ask people for advice, and I also asked someone that lived in Italy, so they were also able to advise me as to where to travel, where to stay. So they kind of helped me with that, along with my research, of course, on Google. Once I figure out where exactly I'd like to visit, I start researching each part. So I research a little bit about Rome, how many days is it worth spending there, a little bit more about Florence, how many days is it worth spending there, where should I leave from first to head to another city, and how many days should I spend there, if yet any. For example, for my Florence trip, I know that for me, Venice is very expensive based on what I've asked, based on what I've researched. So I know I didn't really want to stay in Venice. And also, for me, there's not much to do in Venice as a solo person. I mean, if you're there as a couple, it's like, yeah, romantic city, whatever. But I didn't really want to stay there. And after visiting Venice, I'm happy that I didn't stay there, because there wouldn't be much for me to do in over like 2 days or so. I would have probably get bored like being there on my own. So I try to find that in regards to my trip, I'm using my NARS Creamy Radiant Foundation in the shade Manos. It's pretty dark for me. I know I need to change the shade. Better it's dark than it's light. I don't mind that at all. Yeah, so once I kind of find that out and have that part like really pat down to the T, I know where I'm going to travel from to the next, then I go ahead and buy my train tickets. So the tickets are the one that I really booked first. So like my flight, for example, my flight from London to Rome, and that cost me around 10 euros, literally, no, 10 pounds. And then my bag kind of added up to 40 pounds. And the same thing to come back from Milan to London as well. It cost me another 40 pounds, including my bag. So that was really cheap. And the train tickets were more like the pricier part of the trip. And most of the train tickets were over 30 euros to travel on the train, which was okay because I knew that it's something that I wanted to do. It was in the budget. So that's also another thing as well. You really need to think about budget for each of the city, how much you're willing to spend in each, how much you're willing to spend overall. Booked my train tickets on Trainline. That was relatively easy as well. The only thing is one of my train got cancelled, and all I did was kind of email them, and they give me an alternative time, which was kind of like 1 hour later than what I planned to go, which worked out to be really great as well, because if I left like the hour before, I probably wouldn't have get to explore like the last bit of Rome. So I planned my trip on Excel spreadsheet, and basically on the spreadsheet I have like the date that I'm going to travel, have the hotel that I'm going to stay, the address of the hotel. I also have like the cost. I don't have the spreadsheet with me right now to show you guys. And if I need to pay any money at the hotel, like little stuff like that, just so I'm not really in like any surprise. Let me open up the spreadsheet so I can actually show you guys what it looked like. I won't put it on the screen, but I will just go into it a little bit more. So I found another girl on YouTube who uses this spreadsheet as well. So I kind of uses hers for like a guide, and it is really, really good. So basically on the spreadsheet I have the date, my departure time, whether that be by train or whether that be, and I kind of color code it like this. Whether that be by train, I do my accommodation, the address of the accommodation, the cost of the trip, and if I need to pay money there, COVID requirements, getting around. So how am I going to get around? Whether that be how am I going to get to the train station if it's far from the hotel? How am I going to get to the airport? I'll put like a little bit of things to do, like main things that I want to see. And I'll also put some food that I want to try in the country as well. So that's kind of like how I plan my trip, and that's kind of like how I research each section as well, which I think work out really, really good for me, especially with getting around, because you don't want to go to the country and you're not sure how you're going to be getting around. But when it comes to that, I kind of picked all my hotels to be closer to the attractions that I want to see, or closer to the center of the cities. I'm going to show you how close my hotel is, or where I'm staying, from the square. So the square is literally just here with the cathedral there, and if you spin round, I'm literally just staying right there. It's like really, really close. So I find that I didn't really have to take public transport anywhere. I literally just have to walk. But if you don't mind walking when you are going on holiday to explore, then that is one of the options that you guys can do, is just to find an hotel that is in close proximity. I just think that works out to be really, really good, and also cut down some of the costs that you pay on transport as well. I don't know why my face is looking like this, but anyways, let's do my concealer. I'm gonna do the same e.l.f. concealer. I'm gonna conceal underneath my eyes. Someone asked me what the COVID restrictions are in Italy. In regards to that, I'll definitely say try and read up what the restriction is traveling from your country. So what I did was just type into Google traveling to Italy, and then the first thing that came up was the gov.uk website. So if that is the same for your country, once you type in that, you should see your government website to give you advice as well. But in regards to Italy, when you travel in there, you just have to have your necessary documents that they say that you should have, and again, that depending on where you're traveling from. And also there's a specific mask that they wear on the public transport, which is the FFP2 mask that you have to wear, so make sure you get that one. Even on the plane, you have to wear it going to and from Italy as well, because it's just one of their requirements. They're really strict with that. Also, everywhere you have to wear mask indoor. It is not requirement for you to wear mask outdoor. So just know that whenever you're going into a restaurant, you kind of have to wear your mask. And if you're going into a restaurant, a museum, anywhere indoor at all, other from like retail shopping, then you have to have like a green pass, a COVID pass to go inside. And again, you can just read up and see how you get that. So that's one of the questions that people ask. It's more than one person that asks the question, so I just think that I would just reply to you guys from the YouTube. So if anyone else would like to know, then it's here. So I've done doing my concealer. I'm going to do some more as well. I have like this lighter concealer. I've never used it before. I'm going to see how it works. It's just a shade up from that one. I need to hurry up so I can get my nails done. This is proper light. Why is it so light? Okay, so a bit of tips on solo traveling, especially as a woman. Try and do as much research about the place that you are going to. Like everywhere else in the world, you have good and you have bad. So you have to be careful with the little things that you will also be careful with in your own country. I always say, if you wouldn't do something in your own country, then don't go abroad and try to do that. Even when I'm traveling by myself as well, I try not to look too dressed up, basically. I don't want to be like a target. I know sometimes that can be hard because people can literally tell that you're not from the country. So I try to wear like more casual type of stuff. Try not to wear expensive jewelry, like stuff like that. You would want to bring too much attention on yourself. One of the things that I was doing as well is I constantly having to have my maps on my iPhone, and I was a bit worried about that, not gonna lie. So I constantly having to like find myself hugging my phone, especially in like central parts of the city where there are like loads of people. But I happened to be fine because I was also looking out of my eyes. I was always constantly looking and constantly being careful. Watch people who I'm talking to, because you know sometimes people will literally talk to you and pick your pockets, so things like that you have to be careful with. But thankfully I haven't experienced that at all. It's always something for you to be mindful about when you're going anywhere at all in the world. If you're not 100% sure as well if you're going to be safe, you can always send someone your location, whether you have like an iPhone or you have like a Android. You can send someone your live location, so someone is always aware of where you're going. You can send someone your itinerary. I didn't really do that. I just went. I just think that sometimes when you I'm not being dumb or anything. I just think that sometimes when you kind of manifest these things, when you really think that something's gonna happen, then something will happen. So I try to have like an open mind and just go there and really enjoy, and know, like I said, like things that you wouldn't do at home. You wouldn't go to a foreign country and do that basically. And I was pretty confident because I did my research for the country, so I was pretty confident going in. And in regards to the train station, there's always someone there to help you in regards to traveling. I realized that in Italy I didn't have any issue communicating with anyone, because more likely someone is going to be speaking English and someone is going to be able to help you with any form of questions that you have. And that leads to my next tip. Don't be scared to ask questions. Like if there's something that you don't know, something that you're not sure about, always ask questions. And just remember, you can always go back to your accommodation, get yourself together again, and then back out. Ask Google as much thing as you want to ask Google when you're back there, and then you back out again. Don't stay on the road and you're like confused. Another thing is always have your accommodation address. Make sure you know the name of your accommodation that you're staying. So if there's anything at all and you need to go back there, I don't know why I'm beat my eye like this. I'm really trying to blend it away in the ear. So if anything at all and you really need to get back there, then there's no issue for you to get back at all. I'm gonna set my under eyes, and I'm gonna be using my Laura Mercier translucent powder. And I'm going to use this to set my under eye. Another tip that I want to give you guys, I'm literally saying these whatever comes to the top of my head, what I can remember to tell you guys. So if there's anything you'd like to ask or anything you'd like to know, then please leave it in the comment section and I will get to you for sure. So what you can do is, because I know sometimes when you're traveling, like having proper data can be an issue, especially if you're traveling from somewhere. I know in the UK, when you go abroad, you can use your, when you go to Europe, you can use your data, but that's going to be stopping very soon because we're not really in the European Union anymore, so that will change very soon. So what I'll advise you to do is download the offline map of the country. So even if you don't have the internet, you can always use Google Maps to find your way around. So that shouldn't be an issue. So that's what I did when I went to Italy. That's what I did when I went to Budapest. And I didn't really have to worry about finding my way around because I have the offline map for the country. I feel like I am rambling on a little too much now. I hope I give you guys as much information as possible regarding traveling, a little bit more into my experience. Like I said, I did vlog the trip, so be sure to check out my vlogs if you want to see a bit more as to what I get up to in these cities in Italy. I had such an amazing time, literally. Also be sure to check out my Instagram, because if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen like some of my experiences already. I'm just bronzing, like I literally can't remember how to do my makeup. This makeup doesn't look good, so that's fine. We're not going anywhere but the nail shop. I'm gonna put some here. When I was traveling, like Rome, I went to Rome with such high energy, and by the time I reached Milan, which was my last stop, I was literally so tired because I went on holiday. I wasn't like resting each time. I mean, I did get my 8 hours sleep because I still try to put that 8 hours sleep in, but I was resting in terms of like I was up early, I was walking everywhere, I was seeing things, I did tours, so little stuff like that I was doing. Like once I reached Milan, I was so tired. At some point in Milan as well, I have to take like afternoon naps. Sometimes I didn't even want to get up because of how tired I was. So even today now, like I'm literally not fussed to do anything else because I've had such a great past 8 days, and literally coming back into the UK, even though no one likes to come back into the UK after a holiday, my heart is so full and I'm so happy that I've decided to like venture off and do this experience. Is just really amazing. So today I'm going to be using Chocolate Swiss Powder Blush by MAC. I haven't used this blush in a while. I really love my sleek blush, but let's do something different today. I don't even know what I'm going to put onto the nail shop, but I'm only going to the nail shop. Do I need to dress up? I mean, it's my birthday. I'm going to set my face. I'm going to be using this Sky High mascara from Maybelline. I saw Ava uses this one, Ava Gokaski, and I wanted to try like a different mascara, and this one is really good. Unfortunately, I need to get like a different eyelash curler because the sponge off of that one is gone. I'm just gonna coat my lashes a few times. So that's the makeup. I'm gonna quickly do my hair. literally just been putting it on. Leave 2 at the back here. Leave it like that. That is my hair. So cute. I just need to do my edges. I haven't done my lips, but I'm gonna do my lip after I find an outfit. Which that's what I'm gonna do now. This is my hair, guys. Let me see if I can go back and show you my hair a little bit. This is the hair. I'm gonna see if I can find an outfit and I'm gonna come back and show you guys what I've decided to wear to the nail shop. Guys, I am dressed and ready to head out. This is my OOTD. I'm gonna show you guys properly in like a bigger mirror so you can get to see what I'm wearing. But thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you got a bit more insight into my solo traveling in Italy. And just remember, if you have any questions, please be sure to leave them down in the comment section below, or you can DM me on Instagram as well. My Instagram is always in the description card, so make sure you check that always. And thank you again so much for watching. Before you go, please make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Turn on the post notification bell so when I upload more videos like this, you are able to be notified of the upload. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.